to get you guys situated. Hey, Allie. Hi, everyone. So, obviously I can't be outside in the heat. Can you guys hear me? So Brittany was kind enough to go pick up my food um, from Walmart for me. But it won't be a long live. I had a long night and I haven't really slept but a couple hours. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you some of the foods. Just in case, I'm not trying, like I said in the description, I'm not trying to push anything on anybody. Do what's best for you. A lot of these things are new and I haven't tried, so when I do try them, I'll let you know. But everything I got is plant-based food. This is butterscotch ravioli. This is vegan, plant-based. So it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I got a couple of them. It's stuffed with plant-based ricotta cheese, butternut squash with kale, roasted tomatoes, sage, and garlic sauce. So those go in the freezer. I'm a little iffy about these, but we'll see. But these are gluten-free, plant-based veggies. It's spinach, egg whites, and some F word with plant-based mozzarella. And the bread is plant-based as well. Those do look good. I could pop them in the air fryer. But these go in the freezer as well. I got more of my plant-based nuggets. I eat these quite often. Better Goods is a really good brand. Sorry, plant-based chicken nuggets. And this is 10.5 ounces. Yeah. So there's a good amount in here. And I got 2 boxes. I think I have one in the freezer still. This was the most expensive item that I got. Plant-based turkey roast with brown and wild rice, cranberries, and kale. These were like those Hot Pockets I was talking about. High in protein. It says it has gravy packets. I'm not going to be doing the gravy packets, but thank you for sharing my channel. That's very sweet. But yeah, I thought they looked really good. There's how many is in here? Let's see. 5. It was 14. Sorry. But if you take 5 and divide it by 14, you know that's pretty cheap for a meal. So That goes in the freezer as well. I got these. These are plant-based, like more like grilled chicken bites. I thought maybe because I have jasmine rice, um, that I could like take these, put them in the air fryer, and put some rice with them. But yeah, I haven't had those yet. This is plant-based fish fillets. I did buy shrimp, but with my Graves' disease, Walmart. I got these from Walmart, everything from Walmart. I got shrimp. I was gonna make shrimp scampi, but with Graves' disease, shrimp is really, really bad for thyroid disease. So I gave that to my neighbor, Brittany. I do have tilapia, which I can eat. But yeah, this is plant-based, and it's yeah, fish fillets. So I'm interested in trying those. I got 2 more of my Daya pizzas, the cheese. Everything in this is plant-based. The cheese is non-dairy, non-GMO, gluten-free, with, it says the cheese is made from oat cream. So these are so good. These are like my favorite. They have other kinds, like with meat on them. I have a pepperoni one. Tastes fine. I just I prefer just the cheese. Also, they have like meat lovers with bunches of meat on it. But they have red onions on them, and I'm allergic. I have an allergy with red onions. They give me migraines, so Pixie bought one when she was here, and she went and picked off every red onion and put it on her side and then baked the pizza. This is the creamer I use. It's sugar-free. It's got 1 carb. The sugars is, it says, less than 1, so it's sugar-free. It's like $6, but I cut all sugar out of my diet, and so my coffee that I have 1 cup a day, and it's decaf, and then I just put some of this in it, and then I don't have to have any other creamer or sugar. This is plant-based butter, dairy-free, with olive oil, and it's 4 sticks because like when I make vegetables and stuff, I always add butter. But you know, with high cholesterol, not that my cholesterol is real high, but I don't want it to, I want it to get better, so this will be good to like cook stuff in. Then of course the Monk bars that I talk highly about, these are 6 something, there's only 4 in it, but they are all completely plant-based. The chocolate, everything, except the seeds, which is plants as well. So these are non-GMO, and they're vegan-free. And then they only got 1 gram of sugar in it. Yeah, I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, and then I drink water the rest of the day. I drink between 2 and 5 bottles of water, depending. I got soy sauce with low sodium. This isn't vegan free, but I usually use this um, on my chicken nuggets. I just sprinkle a little bit on there and use that. But this would be good, you know, to use with whatever you want. Let me see. I got 2 organic um, things of black beans. Black beans are really good for you. Um, so I got 2 of these. I could make those chicken strips, and I can have some beans as a side. So I got those. I think the thing I'm most excited about is this plant-based triple bean chili. Because I don't eat beef, period, like ever. I do have turkey. What do you call it? Burger? I don't know what it's, I don't know. But I haven't been eating it. But it's gluten-free, vegan, plant-based. And it's, I got triple bean chili, so yeah. So I'm excited about trying these. I gave up turkey bacon because it's so high in sodium. I gave up eggs because it's really, really bad for thyroid. So I'm gonna put this stuff in my freezer real quick because it's been out for a while. Well, this is so funny. She opens all of my cabinet doors. It's cold in there. Ground turkey. That's what it's called. Duh. Oh, that's heavy. I don't know where to put all this stuff. And then I'll put the canned goods in my pantry. Excuse me. We got plenty of these, I guess. This. These are also good. I don't know if you if I showed them to you. They're plant-based as well. Put the black beans up here. these up here. I don't use any of this stuff. I guess I should give it away. It just makes my pantry look so empty. But I guess the more healthy you eat, the less real options you have. Everything goes in here. Here's the plant-based bread that I eat when I do eat bread, which I've been trying to give bread up. I know it's plant-based, but still. My refrigerator is very empty. I need to throw away the tortillas. I need to make this broccoli. See, I could put this plant-based butter with the broccoli. The eggs, I stopped eating this. And here's my coffee that I made. And then I make sure I stay up on creamer. And then plant-based cheese. Got cheddar and I got mozzarella. So that's that. There's so many of these guys. Oh, those gnats. It's kind of chilly. So that's the groceries. I'm gonna put on, hold on one second. Usually pretty warm, but that's that. If you have a Walmart, you should be able to find these items. So, I don't know if everybody saw my post or not, but just an update. I was really, really weak because I was planning on going live again yesterday evening, but I was really, really weak. And so I was laying in the bed, and I would wake up gasping for air, like I couldn't breathe. And so I rearranged my body, and then it would happen again. So then I took my pillow and put the other pillow on it, so I was basically setting up, sleeping, and still was happening. And my heart would just start going crazy. And so, like after an hour and a half of that, I just started getting so scared. And so I went to the ER, and they gave me an IV, hooked me up to monitors. It kept going off, and they were like, when do you need to roll over? Your blood pressure's dropping. It was like 70 over 40. And I was like, it's because of my heart. And so they did a chest x-ray. They couldn't really see anything from it. They said my lungs looked good. And they said, we're gonna do labs. And I said, I just had labs done. I don't need labs done. And they said, well, things can change. So they took labs. Everything was fine. And he was telling me, so I have to see a cardiologist about my heart because back in October I had a heart scan when I went catatonic due to having a nervous breakdown, and they said that I had a partial blockage. So I have to see a cardiologist. I have to see an endocrinologist. I can get my thyroid, make sure there's no cancer or like tumor, gout, or whatever. I have to do a sleep study because they think I have sleep apnea. Um, and he told me, he put me on 2 new meds, and I'm not even picking them up. I'm going to talk to my doctor tomorrow, but the medications, it's just so stupid. So it says the medications. Well, first he was like, I'm concerned about your esophagus. And I was just like, what? He said, you need to see a gastro. And I was like, why? And he goes, have you ever had an endoscopy? And I was like, yes, I've had a lot of them. And he was like, well, from the scan we did, your esophagus is very constricted and it needs to be stretched. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I have thyroid cancer and it's pushing my throat together, and that's what I think, or there's a tumor or something. Um, but he said I need to get an endoscopy and have my esophagus stretched out because like I get that jaw pain and under my mandible, everything gets really, really tight here. Like when I eat, I have to eat really small bites. When I take my pills, I can feel them scratching going down my throat. Make sure you hit the like button. So I was waiting and waiting to be released, and I called the nurse and I said, I would like to be released. And so she came in, she goes, I got all your paperwork ready, but the doctor wants to give you this cocktail that has lidocaine, and she named 2 other things in it to kind of relax and numb your throat. And I was like, ma'am, no disrespect, but I don't want that because it'll make me feel like I can't feel my throat, and then I'm going to feel like I can't breathe. So I denied that cocktail. He called me in what she said, it says magnesium carbonate and Pepsid. And I'm like, I don't have acid reflux. Like, I don't understand. But he is so convinced that my esophagus is getting smaller and smaller because they did 2 scans just a little over a week ago when I was in the ER, and they compared them, and it's gotten smaller since the last scan. So I have to see a pulmonary doctor and do a sleep study. I have to see a cardiovascular institute for an echocardiogram, a gas. Oh, okay. gastroenterologist for an endoscopy and an endocrinologist. So he gave me all the doctors I have to see, their addresses and phone numbers. So after the live, I'm going to be calling them to see if they even take my insurance. Because, see, that's what they're diagnosing me with. Can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, so, and then, because it says gastrophalangeal, whatever, reflex, GERD. Stomach contacts moves back up into the esophagus. Repeated vomiting. None of that is true. I'm not vomiting. I'm not having reflex, like gas. Like I just, I don't. It's just like, what are you talking about? But I do feel the stricture in my throat. I feel like when I talk a lot, I get winded. It starts to get horsey, or hoarse, whatever. And it's hard for me to eat and swallow. No, it's not hard. It's just different. It's more difficult. But like, I'm not having bad reflex. I don't know what the hell that's about. But so that's that. I sent these to my doctor. I haven't heard back from her. I'm supposed to talk to her tomorrow. I need to keep those out because I got a call when I get off live. But what's GP? I don't know what a GP is. GMO, I would go to a GP and let them read the reports. General practitioner. No, Jason, no worries. That makes sense. Using big terminology. So, to be quite frank, just so you guys know, Hummingbird is for raffle. I'm pulling the name on next Sunday, so in 6 days. So if you're interested financially, I can really use it right now. It's $5 an entry. You can send it here or to my PayPal. But yeah, I'm just, it's maxed out. It's been 2 years that I've been consistently sick, and my quality of life really, really sucks. I know that I have all of you, and I think that I would probably go mentally insane quicker than I probably am if I didn't have you guys. But I'm just really, I'm not depressed, which I'm grateful for that, but it's just like, I'm just sad. I'm just really, really sad. And I know a lot of you are hopeful and are praying and saying everything's gonna be okay. But nobody knows your body like yourself, and it's just, I'm just, I mean, I can't even go outside. I live in Florida and I can't even go outside and enjoy. I can't even go to the grocery store. I haven't checked my mail. I can't even drive right up to the mailbox because the heat takes it out of me. So, whether you like it or not, when I think about my health, I want to be hopeful, but it's so damn scary, especially when I'm trying to sleep and I can't breathe and then my heart goes crazy. It's really hard to be hopeful in those moments. I feel very alone, but I'm used to being alone while I'm sick. So, like I said, whether you want to hear this or not, it brings me peace to maybe start getting things in line just in case something was to happen. Because I really don't know how much more my heart can take. And I don't mean like emotionally, I mean like I don't know how much my heart can take before it just gives out. So things that help me is like if you do send a card to Ryan, I need to start a journal and start writing down everything that I want to say to him. Tell him, just tell him everything I want to say to him. I need to keep my options open if anybody's interested in, if anything happens, taking over the beehive community. And I need to figure out living arrangements for Max and Lola. I think if I had those things in place, God forbid something happens, that that would alleviate some stress off me. So, because I know my parents won't take my animals and Ryan's. I'm not going to put that burden on Ryan. Uh, so I would need somebody, if anything were to happen, to take my animals because I'm not just going to take them to the pound. Yeah, that's what I like. I want to. Sherry, you don't know that, and it's very frustrating when people come to me and say everything's going to be all right. You're not God. I know you want everything to be all right. I want everything to be all right, but it's very frustrating because I feel like I'm not being heard. I am doing everything in my power to fight this, but I spent most of my life last year in the hospital, And I thought that moving to Florida, I was going to have a new beginning, have my gastric reversed, and I'm once again freaking sick to the point where I have no quality of life. I'm like, I feel like I'm living in fucking prison. I don't want to die. I want to be with my son. I want to see him grow, and I want to be with my grandbabies. But I'm really sick, and it's just like nobody ever takes me serious. Nobody, I mean, when I was in the eating rehab center, if I would have listened to everybody, I would have died. But I had to, for the first time in my life, I went against what everybody said. And I checked myself out and went to the hospital. And it saved my life because I had to have emergency surgery because they were overfeeding me. These aren't little things. Sleep apnea, they're saying my tongue is falling in the back of my throat, which is keeping me from breathing, and I'll wake up and, and like, how long was I not breathing? And then I start freaking out and my heart starts pounding. Cardiovascular, getting a stent put in my heart. Yeah, it may be easy, but I'm 43 years old. The fact that my throat is constricting, why? Why is it doing that? Could I have thyroid disease, cancer? I don't know. But I know what my body feels like. I'm 43. I'm not obese. I eat healthy, a hell of a lot healthier than I did a year ago. I wasn't even eating a year ago. So I'm just scared, and I'm scared that, yeah, if I fall asleep and I die in my sleep, that is really, really scary. But I don't need your all's permission to want to pursue getting things in line just in case. And I'm just saying, the 4 things that would help me is that I write to Ryan. I get somebody that would be willing to take over the beehive. I get somebody that wants to take my fur babies. And I don't even remember what the 4th one was, but when I lay there and I get scared, those are the thoughts that I have. I need to get these things in order. Thank you for understanding, April. Her understanding doesn't mean that she wants me to fucking die. She's not saying that you're gonna die, Wendy. But she's understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth. You can pray for me. You can do this. You can think this. You can think this. But it does not take away the way that I feel. It's as simple as going to your friend and saying, you know, I have a stomach ache. And they're like, no, you don't. You're okay. I know, on a smaller scale, it's just like, you don't live my day to day life. I have no fucking quality of life. What is the purpose? I am fighting. I am trying, but I am so fucking sick of trying and fighting for my life. I'm 43. I'm not in my 80s. So I have the right to feel the way that I feel. And if you don't like it, it's too hard for you, then you can just keep your distance. I don't want to hear, you're just fine. Everything's going to be fine. You don't fucking have the answers. You don't know. You don't have to say, oh, you're dying. Oh, yeah, yeah, you probably are dying. But you don't have the right to say everything's okay. You're fine. You're going to be fine. Just listen. Don't try to sugarcoat bullshit. I don't need it in my life. I need facts. I am working on me. This is part of the reason I wanted to keep my sickness and illness to myself. I'm talking to anybody that is, no, not Sherry, no. Unless you said something then that resonated, then yeah, maybe I am. I don't know. I wanted to keep this to myself, but it was too hard for you guys to allow me to do such. So you're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly. And that's just what it is. If you don't like it, don't stick around. I I don't I don't care at this point. I invite That's right, Allie. Yes, Peggy, thank you. Janice, I have, KJ, I guess, saw my, I guess, my post that I was in the hospital, and he asked me if I needed to come there, but I'm not leaving my home. I worked way too hard to be here. Um, I'm not leaving here. I'm going to get these tests done. I hope and I pray that I get some answers so I can have some kind of life. Janice, I didn't mean that to sound rude. No, it's just that didn't mean that to sound rude at all. Like it's just like, no, it's just to me that's running, and plus my doctors are here, and I need I need to stay put. I just need to see the doctors. It's just a process. I'm on a very low dose of Synthroid. I have to wait 6 weeks to get labs and then see what they read, and then she'll increase my Synthroid, which needs to be increased because nothing's improving. Well, Pixie's supposed to be coming down, but I made it very clear to her today that, um, of course, my home is always her home, and of course I want her here, but like, I have nothing else to offer. I'm not in a good headspace. It's really hard for me to ask for help. Brittany, uh, is constantly saying, girl, like, she's like, okay, we need to get together and make all these phone calls together. And I'm like, I can do all that. When I went to go get blood work, she saw me as I was walking out, and I was ghost faced, and she said, you're not driving. But I wasn't going to ask for help. I, I've been dealing with being sick and dealing with trauma since I was a little girl, doing it by myself. And I don't like to ask for help. I don't want to have to. I'm a grown woman. And quite frankly, there's nothing that anybody can do. You guys can pray, and you guys can listen, but that's really it. But I want Pixie to be happy. And I know she has a lot of different options of where she could go. But she stated that this is where she wants to be. If that's the case, then of course I want her to be here. And it will bring me a little relief when it comes to when I go to sleep. If I have an anxiety attack or I'm feeling scared, that I know somebody's close by. But I'm just used to being alone. So I just don't want her to come here and see me struggling, and I can't even go to the beach. When I open the door, it's so hot outside. When I open the door to let Max out, like Max goes outside and comes right back. It's so hot for him. So I have a lot to figure out. I have a lot going through my head. You guys wanted to know what was going on. I'm keeping you in the loop. I'm letting you know. All I ask is to be heard and for prayers, and to please, please, please stop telling me everything's gonna be okay and that I am fine. Unless you can show me that you're a doctor and you specialize in all four of these situations I got going on, quit telling me that I'm okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm so grateful, Pixie. I am. I just don't want to bring anybody down. Allie, you don't do that. I appreciate your guys' comments. Like, I'm scared to get in the shower to wash my hair. I'm afraid I'll faint. I might ask. No, I won't. No. She brought me groceries, and I appreciate that very much. I might do that. I took a bath, not yesterday, I guess, but the day before, and it took everything out of me. I couldn't even wash my hair. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Peggy. shower's little. I had a lot of similar feelings with my thyroid. James, I had no patience. Got that. Nice. The Theoroxin. I'm on the generic. But he gave me these doctors. Says Jesus, but I don't think that's probably how it's pronounced. Michael Shilapa and Amir. I'm just so confused why they would give me magnesium. And what was the other one? And Pepsid. See, my mom has thyroid. My son does, which runs with diabetes. My mom doesn't have Graves' disease. She just has thyroid disease. And she's on 125 micrograms. I'm on 25. What the hell is that gonna do? So it's just like the waiting. It's just like my numbers were through the roof. Like, why would you only put me on 25? Why not 50? Why not 75? I tried everything when it comes to sleep, meditation. April and Pixie have both sent me, sleeping resources. But the one April sent me was so interesting that I couldn't sleep because I wanted to hear all the stories about the Buddha. They're so wise. So I was like, I listened to 3 stories and I was like, I gotta listen to this during the day because, like, I gotta write notes. Like, that's, I got, like, I gotta take notes with what they're saying. You had a friend that passed away from Graves' disease. Yeah. The shit's serious. But a lot of people on here don't want to take me serious. Probably because it's just too hard to accept. Yeah, Pixie, for sure. But it's just frustrating waiting. I'm like, I want to work. Like, I want to, even if it's door dashing, I want to get the hell out of my condo. Patrice is so sweet. She's already sending me my birthday gift. She put some hummingbirds in it so I can raffle them off to make money so I can pay my bills. But I'm gonna definitely have to keep 1 or 2 because I mean anything for Patrice I gotta hold on to. I got my bracelet up there from Allie that they cut off when I was unresponsive. They cut that off and they cut my favorite sweater off. The waiting part is very frustrating. And not sleeping like a normal person is, I mean, it can make a person go insane, literally go insane. I am grateful that I'm not like falling into depression. Because I'm dealt with depression all my life. Um, if I were depressed, I'm depressed, but I'm not like suicidal or want to hurt myself or cut myself or anything like that. Like, I want to fight through this. Yes, I want to be active. And it's like I'm just in the bed all the time. I'll get up, I'll do laundry, I'll make sure things are organized. I can't even get the shit out of my car. Brittany said she would do it, but it's just like asking her, like, hey, can we do it today? It's just like, and then I'll want to go through all of it and put it all away, and then I'm just going to wear myself out. There's no way she can carry on that coffee table by herself. I will have to help her. Yeah, for sure. So I am really grateful that I'm not like falling into a deep depression. But I have over the top, like never before, anxiety. Hi, Thomas. Make sure you hit the like button if you want to enter for the raffle for this hummingbird and help support me through my hard times right now. It's $5 an entry. I'm pulling the winner on Sunday. But I have more somewhere in my car. So if you can't afford it right now, but you want one, there'll be more times that you can. I didn't shit my pants. I shit my pants on the way here from the farm. It's horrible. So that'll just really knock your confidence down. It's not a confident booster. For sure, for sure. Pixie, I agree. Shit does happen. I think I'm gonna, since I haven't in a while, I'm gonna read today's daily devotion. What is today? Monday the 9th. My dad gets chemo tomorrow. June 9th. Let's see what it says. Right? Seek to live in my love, which covers a multitude of sins, both yours and others. Wear my love like a cloak of light, covering you from head to toe. Have no fear, for perfect love decimates fear. Look at other people through lenses of love. See them from my perspective. This is how you walk in light, and it pleases me. Comma, another pause. Remember, I can't remember the exact quote, but it said, you know, like when I was living with Karen and with good intent, she wanted to like boost me up, but I'm back. It's my condo office calling me. But anyway, when I was living with Karen with good intent, she was trying to like get me to go out and do this and do that to lift my spirits. But in scripture, it says to weep with the weep and rejoice with the joyful. So it's really hard, and I invite you to really understand that verse, because when somebody is weeping and they are sick and they are tired, you can be joyful, but don't ask me in a time of such vulnerability and weakness to rejoice with you, because I can't. It's Kathy Macy. Allie, that was so sweet. That was so sweet. I think that's maybe one of the quotes I want to put on my lamp. Send it to me. I'll sit with you in the dark and I'll dance with you in the light. I know you would. Anyway, I want my body of believers to be radiant with the light of my presence. How I grieve when pockets of darkness increasingly dim the love light. Return to me, your first love. Gaze at me in the splendor of holiness, and my love will once again envelop you into light. Love all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken your first love. That is today's daily devotion. Tomorrow says, rest in me, my child. Give your mind a break from planning and trying to anticipate what will happen. Pray continuously, asking my spirit to take charge of the details of this day. Remember that you are on a journey with me. When you try to peer into the future and plan forever possibility, you ignore your constant companion who sustains you moment by moment. As you gaze anxiously into the distance, you don't even feel the strong grip of my hand holding yours. How foolish are you, my child? Remembrance of me is a daily discipline. Never lose sight of my presence with you. This will keep you resting in me all day, every day. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. Well, there you go. There you go. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not saying I won't go live later, but I do need to get off here so I can make these phone calls because they're not going to make themselves. I know I get feisty, but I have the right to speak my truth. And my truth is right now, I just need to be heard. I don't need to be given your thoughts on how you think things are going to pan out. I just need to be heard. And nobody knows but God what my future holds. I'm so sorry to hear that, Carolyn. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go for now. I love you all so much. I appreciate you. I know it's hard not to give your input or want to push me to believe that all things are okay. But when you do that, you're not speaking the truth. You're speaking what you hope. And right now, I need the truth, or I just need to be heard. And right now, we just don't have any truth. Too many tests have to be done before we get any answers. And trust, I will keep you guys posted. Just run out of oxygen so quick. But anyway, I will maybe be back later. But I don't know. Who knows how I'm gonna feel. So until either later or tomorrow, I will talk to you then, sending you love, hugs, prayers, and kisses. And to all those that are struggling with their own demons or heartache, stress, the unknowns, I hold your heart in my heart. I love you all. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you didn't watch the video yesterday, put in the comments below after the video what's your favorite quote. I'd appreciate it. Love you. Make good choices. Bye.